At the crossroads of Europe, Asia and Africa, Greece comprises territory that is both continental and also an infinite number of islands in the Aegean Sea, with notably the Saronic Islands near the capital Athens and the Cyclades. Greek islands come in all shapes and sizes. Many of them are tiny with no really high land and have never been inhabited. Others have always been peopled in spite of their volcanic activity. Some are very difficult to get to, while others have been inhabited since ancient times. The Mediterranean climate and the scarcity of arable land have conditioned life in the islands. In winter, rainfall fills the water tables. But water is scarce, and in Greek mythology it was protected by the gods. According to legend, the city of Athens owes its foundation to a spring. It also owes its rich heritage and its place in history to its access to the Aegean Sea. This is an asset, but there's also a risk. It attracts enemies. Greece's unity depends to a large extent on the Orthodox religion. 98% of Greeks claim to belong to it. The Orthodox Church is the second biggest real estate owner in the country after the state. And the Greek constitution states that it is the prevailing religion in Greece. Priests are very much involved in society. In Greece, there's a very low percentage of people under 15. The young are the future of an aging population. Mediterranean populations live longer than people elsewhere in Europe. This is no doubt because of the way of life, which is more marked in the islands than in the cities. The population of Athens has tripled since the Second World War. More than 40% of the Greeks live in this pulsating town, mainly because of a strong rural exodus. Both in the capital and the islands, the traditional way of life ensures cohesion. Greek housing has marked the history of architecture. With its compact blocks and its cubic forms, it has influenced contemporary architects like Le Corbusier. White walls reflect the light, and the small openings keep out the heat. The geometrical layout of towns has inspired town planners as far away as America. Greece holds a prominent place in history, in thought, in artistic creation. Endlessly imitated, it has, for centuries, served as a reference for its shapes and its rhythms. The bouzouki is a cousin of the lute. It's part of the landscape, like the vine and the olive tree. Despite the lack of pastures, livestock farming is one of the ancestral resources. Greece's geography has forced it to turn towards the Mediterranean. Fishing, which has always been on a small scale, commercial shipping and aquaculture already existed in ancient times. Industrial activity has greatly increased the country's dependence on energy. Greece possesses a vast number of wind turbines, which allows for the diversification of energy production. And 300 days of sunshine a year guarantee the future of solar power. Whether it takes its materials from the sea or from beneath the ground, craftwork has, since antiquity, represented a large part of economic activity. The Greeks have made great efforts to make the country as a whole accessible by road. And when the road ends, the boat generally takes over. If you include the thousands of islands, Greece has about 15,000 kilometers of coastline. The boat is an essential means of transport. It is one of the driving factors of the tourist industry. After merchant shipping, tourism is the country's second economic sector. With guaranteed sunshine, a seductive lifestyle, and exoticism to hand, these are all good reasons to visit Greece.